right, guys, what's going on? Justin from 79 Productions, and today we're bringing you something a little bit different. A lot of guys always ask me about swaps. What swap is the best for their car? What engine or transmission they should use? And today I'm here with my buddy Dell. He has a YouTube channel, DrivenFilms Photography. Awesome channel. If you haven't checked that thing out, go check it out. And he's done all his swaps, everything on his channel. But here he goes. And today we're gonna talk about H2B swap. A lot of guys, I'm not the biggest fan of it, but some people, they say H2B swaps are the best. And I'll let him explain it to you because he knows better than I do.
What's going on, guys? So this here is my 1993 Honda Civic EX, and inside we have a H23A engine from Japan only, and it has made it to a B16 transmission from a Civic SI 99 2000, just a stock B16 trans. And to do that, you got to have a H2B plate kit, which you can get them off eBay, and they'll be either QSD or they make several different types, but this one's a QSD, and I got the QSD header, and the kit all in one. And you can get variants of that with the mounts and stuff, but we won't get all in depth with that, because what I want y'all to know, based off me doing this, if you haven't done this before, is that it's pretty much the same as a B series swap. The only difference is you're adding this plate in here to make the H work. But all the mounts are B series. All the shift linkage, axles, all that stuff are B series. The wiring harness, that came from a 93 DX Civic, so you just extend a few wires, everything else works. The radiator,
what'd you do to make the VTEC work?
The VTEC, since it's a tuned car, I didn't need the pressure switch, so I didn't worry about that. But all you do is run the one wire from the VTEC solenoid inside to what I believe to be pin A4, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, other than that, once your tuner goes in there and programs it to do everything it needs to do, it'll cross just like that. And yeah, other than that, man, it's pretty much a basic swap. I got the spacer for the intake to delete the butterflies out. For those that know H series, they have butterflies in here. So I got the 2020 racing spacer. I got a block 70mm throttle body. And that's pretty much it, man. Everything else is stock.
So to run this, you pretty much just have to get the H2B kit. Now, what does something like that cost?
The kit I bought came with the header for $700, but the kit by itself with no header, which you can run stock 8 series headers, that's about $350 to $400.
Would there be any clearance issues with the stock H series headers, or because I know this thing, you said there's a lot of ground clearance?
Yeah, the stock header is shaped to form a lot closer under the bottom of the oil pan, and what that's going to cause is you're going to have an angle where your exhaust from the header is up like this, and your car exhaust on the bottom is like this. So you're going to have to try to either make an elbow or get this bent down, which you can heat the apex of the header, they bend it down some to make it work. But the H2B header, it comes down at the perfect angle so that everything meets up right. That's the only difference really between this and the stock H header. So
now, would you say this is worth it, or would you have went a different route, K series, or
well, me being an Accord guy,
here's all his Accords, all of these things. That's got an F20B, H23A in this one, and yeah, so he does H swaps.
Yeah, I've always been an Accord guy. This is my first Civic, and being an Accord guy, I had to go with an H. So, but if I had to do it, if I do it again, which I am soon, I am gonna try a K just so I can know the differences in them, because it's obvious I don't see a lot of people do both swaps to be able to tell you about it. So I'm gonna be that guy to experiment, but as far as I know, I enjoy this. So
was there any clearance issues or anything like that?
As far as the hood or the
getting it in, or
to get it in, we just had to bang out where they want you to bang the frame out. I got tired of banging, so I ended up cutting into it a little bit and beating it in that way. But
so pretty much from here back to the mount?
Yeah, from here to like maybe a little past the mount. just to make sure you got enough clearance for the belt and all that stuff to run. But yeah, other than that, and shaving the block for the axle.
Now guys, to shave the block behind the axle, you're not going to be able to see it here, but it's pretty much right behind the block right there. You have to take,
if you can see where that if you can see where the big part of the axle is, like where the axle and the boot and stuff is, that's pretty much what you're clearancing for. So on that side of the block, that's what you're looking at. You're gonna have to clearance it probably about 1/4 of an inch to almost 1/2 of an inch at a 45-degree angle to the oil pan.
now is that any, will that cause any harm to the block or?
As long as you take your time and don't like just grind into it too fast. The block is actually pretty thick, so especially at that point, so you can go into it pretty deep and you won't like, you'll know if you cause a problem because it'll start leaking oil out of it, but you won't have any issues because it's plenty thick. And just take your time, check it, put the axle in, make sure, you know, if you need a little more like that, and you'll be fine.
Now what about the radiator, everything like that? Do you use a stock Civic one or?
Stock Civic radiator. This hose came off of a B-swap Civic, but I had to modify that. That's an actual D-series radiator hose right there. That worked just fine. So
no heating issues with the Civic radiator?
No heating issues. Got the eBay Slim fan, and I mean, if you actually go on my channel and look, I beat the crap out of this car. I've never had to go up to even a halfway on the heat mark. So it's
speaking of that, guys, we're gonna take this thing for some pulls, and yeah, we're gonna take this thing and I want to put it to the test. He says all motor engines are the best, but we're gonna put this thing to the test and see how it runs, and you know, I want to see if this car back up what he says. So is there anything else you would do as far as maybe some mistakes you might have made putting it in, or anything that can prevent anybody else from making some mistakes, or is it pretty much a straightforward swap?
It's pretty straightforward. The main thing that caught me was the clearancing for the frame rail. It's a lot. You got to do a lot of clearancing, so it's best just to go ahead and get it, like I would say at least an inch worth of clearance in, just to be safe, because I actually put my engine in 3 times before I actually had enough clearance. So other than that, everything else is pretty straightforward.
Here's the next question. Turbo B series or H2B?
Well, people said that once I drove a Turbo B series, I was gonna want everything turbo. And I will say I'm like really, really excited to turbo something now, but I still enjoy this all motor setup. But the noises the blow off makes and stuff, like that's a whole different ball game. But the noises this make, like when you're turning it and it's just screaming, it's I don't know, you kind of got to have both of them. I don't know, I just feel like I can't make my mind up.
Yeah guys, this thing is pretty good. He put this thing in pretty much, he did a Rust-Oleum engine bay paint job. He painted the engine, cleaned the engine up, everything, and I mean, he did a pretty decent job on this. It looks good, valve cover's clean, it's a clean swap. Now he's not done with this car. There's still some stuff he has to do. Now keep in mind guys, this is his track car. He did a Rust-Oleum paint job on this thing, and you're gonna do a lot more to it, right?
Yeah, I got a whole lot more I want to do to it. Definitely plan on keeping it all motor, but as far as the body, I'm still cutting it, trying to get it as light as possible. As a matter of fact, there's no support in the front or in the back. All the like crash bars, all of that's gone. Completely unsafe, but I don't drive it on the street often. I mostly just track it, so it's okay with just shaving weight.
Yeah, so this is his track car, so it's not the prettiest thing, but we're gonna go put this thing to the test, and it actually looks pretty decent for a track car. So I would say it looks better than about 70-80% of the things I see at the track. I mean, well, it's a decent looking car. He painted it, and you know, I think he just got to get some wheels, some slicks or something, but the car was a little lower and it was too low. He's got to raise it up in the front, and he's gonna put some slicks on it. And but yeah, let's go get this thing on the road and see how it drives. All right guys, so we're driving the H2B Civic, and man, this thing pulls. I like it. It's it moves. So we're taking some back roads right now. Yeah,
This thing is funny.
it pulls hard. Well, nah, I was gonna say.
I'll get it if you want me to.
Yeah, we're back here. We're driving and breaking through all the gears, and it moves. The only thing I say that the car needs is some bigger tires, some wider tires, and you know, just a little bit better tires than the stock tires.
Yeah.
And the suspension feels really good, but I think the tires, what are they, 195, 50s?
Yeah, 195, 55.
Yeah. But guys, this thing, it moves, and you know, he told me it moves. He's a fan of all motor, and you know, I like it for what it is. So it pulls hard. I think you need to put a big brake kit on this.
These DX brakes don't work.
The brakes, when you're getting on this thing, when you're getting on this thing, it ain't like, it don't want to stop too quick. And it picks up, and the H series has a lot of torque.
Yeah.
It's a real torquey motor,
Yeah.
and then on top of that, you know, 8,000 RPMs.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, it's solid, man.
So, but my thing is, right at about 60, cruising, downshifting into third gear is the best part of this car. Because I want to say third got me up to about what, 80, 90? Downshifting into third and gunning it, this thing pulls really hard in third gear. So. These brakes are non-existent, so we're just gonna slow down a little bit and cruise and enjoy the car. I've already been beating up on this thing for about 30 minutes, so we're just gonna cruise and enjoy it. All right, guys, we just came back, taking this thing on a test drive. I think it was awesome. I liked it, I enjoyed it. Now, compared to my Civic, my Turbo Civic, and this, I think right now I'm having a couple of issues with the Civic. I think this thing pulls pretty good, so it'll be a good match. I can't really just say that the all motor H series is a bad swap. Now, for being a stock engine in a Civic, this thing is quick and it pulls hard. There's a lot of torque. And would I do it? Probably. So if you guys are interested in the H2B swap, go to Dell's channel.
DrivenFilms photography.
Check out his channel. He got everything on there, and he does swaps, H swaps, everything. That's pretty much what he does. You see the Accords here. You know, that's his choice of car, and he's into the Civic game now. So, but check out his channel, DrivenFilms photography. Follow him on Instagram. It's DrivenFilms _ Dell. And give him a follow on Instagram. And if you guys want to see this swap stuff, he's definitely got all that stuff on there on how to do it. Me, I didn't know much about the H2B. I didn't know it was essentially the same as a B swap, but just that adapter plate. I thought maybe you might have H and B series mounts or mix and match the axles, but his channel has a lot of information on that stuff, so go check it out. But that's it, guys. I'm gonna wrap the video up here.
I will see y'all later. Remember, respect all bills.
Big shout out to Dell for inviting me over, and check out his channel. But I'm gonna wrap the video here, guys. Wrap it up here. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at 79th Productions. Give Dell a follow on his YouTube channel and Instagram, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. God bless you guys.